Good morning and welcome back to the MWHS Wildcat News.
Coming up on today's episode,
Industrial Technology classes building a functional vehicle.
a look at the preseason of the boys soccer team,
Tri-M hosts the annual Best of West Talent Show.
and the potholes that plague Omaha.
I'm Madeline Anderson.
And I'm Andrew Pfeiffer. Millard West features a little-known engineering class called the Power Systems, where students can create their own go-kart-sized vehicle.
They designed the car over a 2-semester period and are able to drive it at the end. Sydney Looney and Cole Filer bring us the story.
The Millard West Power Systems class is just one of the many hidden gems within our school. The class's goal is to make a go-kart-sized car that fits every student's body type. Millard West is the only school to offer this class. Throughout the 2 semesters, students get assigned into 3 groups. One group works on the shell, the other works on welding the frame, and the last works on the design.
So I was hoping to design the car, but I've kind of been pushed all over because every once in a while, after we get to a certain point, then we kind of reorganize. So some guys will kind of go to the shell, some guys will help weld, some guys, like right now, we're working on the back tire. So
The class is offered to both juniors and seniors who have had experience with welding and carpentry. Although every student has had past experience, the class still faces many challenges.
Trying to figure out how to make the shell, it's just we're using cheap foams, anything you do, it'll break the foam. So it's just been a challenge to get it to stay properly.
This class, along with other IT classes, gives students an interactive learning experience. With the new industrial tech wing added to the school, it has given students more of an opportunity to technologically advance their learning.
It gives a hands-on aspect for your future. Like if you take all the carpentry classes, you can say that you can put something together. I say consumers maintenance is probably one of the important classes because it's drywall and piping and electricity, which is for future homeowners.
At the end of the 2-semester class, the students get to race the cars they had constructed to see if they were successful. This had been Cole Filer and Sydney Looney with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Spring sports are now upon us, and the boys soccer team is gearing up for a great season.
Without a lot of returning seniors, the team still looks to win big. Jake Janisek and Nate Thomas report.
After a 13-8 in state quarterfinal finish a year ago, the Millard West Wildcat soccer team is looking to rebound this season, playing for another spot at Morrison Stadium in May.
This season, I definitely see us going to state. Last year we had a pretty good team, but this year we're still looking really good even though we lost a lot of seniors. So, for sure going to state. I think we got a pretty good shot at it.
Last season the team lost 8 seniors, so they are looking to replenish depth in some parts of the team.
We're going to have a lot of success in our midfield because we have a lot of strong midfielders like Kobe and Andrew and all them. And I think on the wings we're going to have the most trouble because it's only me, Sergio, and a couple other people. So it's not a lot of subs.
And with only 2 seniors coming back, the returning players from a year ago are going to be looked at to lead the team in many ways.
I think the most important part is to keep everyone up and stay cheerful and not get down on anyone, because as soon as that happens then they start making more mistakes and stuff. So just keeping the positivity there.
Tryouts go on through March 2nd, and the varsity team's first game is on March 15th at Omaha Central. This has been Jake Janisek and Nate Thomas with the MWHS Wildcat News.
From singers to dancers to lip syncers, the annual talent show hosted by Tri-M was a huge success.
13 performers showcased their talents to benefit Project Harmony. Trevor Lewick and Ali Dovish bring us the story.
I just have to stay and face my mistakes, but if I get strong.
On Friday, March 2nd, the Millard West Tri-M Honor Society put on the Best of West Talent Show, showcasing the talent of students and raising money for charity. This is its 2nd year as a school event. Last year, the proceeds were donated to Children's Hospital, and this year they all went to Project Harmony.
About 2 years ago, one of our junior officers for Tri-M wanted to do a fundraiser called Battle of the Bands, and it's where we just had a few performances and we had people perform, and we had people show up and raise money, and we donated that to a charity. And then the next year we wanted to do that again, but our sponsors asked us to combine the variety show with Battle of the Bands, and so that's how Best of West was born.
So scared to face my fears, but he told me.
There were 13 different acts in the show, and each act had to audition to earn their spot. There were singers, dancers, instrumental groups, and even a magician. The show was emceed by junior Brandon Evans and senior Sarah Babcock.
So last year during, for the Best of West, I really wanted to be the MC, but that was already filled. They didn't need help with that. And so this year I asked Lauren, who's the vice president for Tri-M, and asked if maybe there'd be room for me to do it this year. And she said that I could ask Brandon, who is also an officer, because she was going to do that if she needed help. And so I got to tag along, which is really fun. Yeah, and I just think it's fun talking in front of people. So yes.
With a $5 entrance fee, each audience member was given a token when they entered. They then used those tokens to vote for their favorites. There were 2 winners selected by the audience and 2 winners selected by a panel of judges. The first place winners from the judges panel were Chloe Moore and Grant Ryan.
My favorite part of performing in Best of West was performing with my friend Brant. We'd been wanting to perform for other people for like a while now, but I'm really glad we got our first opportunity to do it and it turned out so well.
Best of West combines the old Battle of the Bands and Tri-M's yearly fundraiser. They hope to spread the word and make next year even bigger and more attended. This has been Trevor Lewick and Allie Dobish with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Road conditions are harsh enough around the wintertime, but with the addition of potholes, students are damaging their cars more than usual.
Avoiding them is difficult but necessary as the city starts to fill random potholes around the streets. Holly Rooney and Annie Punt bring us a closer look.
During the spring in Nebraska, potholes are at an all-time high. The rising and falling temperatures create these treacherous craters in the roads. Although 9 crews are working to get these holes filled, most of us still have our scary incidents. After the district basketball game against Prep, multiple students were shocked by a hidden pothole at the end of a hill.
I'm going down this hill at about 45 miles per hour, and I just smack a pothole and pop both of my tires on my front and back.
The cost of losing a few tires is more than most would think. First, a tow truck fee of $75 is paid, and then $300 for each tire popped. Because of this large fee, many people's attitude changes almost immediately when hitting a pothole.
When I hit a pothole, I freak out a little bit, and then I turn on the music and keep driving because I'm stunned, and it just freaks me out when I hit potholes.
Though some people react calmly after rolling over a pothole, others are not as fond of the activity. The price and preciousness of their car is too valuable to stay happy.
There's a long string of very loud expletives and the concern that my tire is going to be ruptured. Yeah, and angry.
Potholes are being continuously filled from 3:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. by the Omaha Public Works. In winter and spring, the crews work to fill 300 holes a month. Still, many are being formed each day because Nebraska's temperatures are very fluctuating. The best thing to do is have defensive driving. This has been Holly Rooney and Annie Punt with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Before we go, we'd like to take a minute to thank our teachers for everything they do for us here at school.
We wouldn't be the students we are today without their expertise.
Also starting this week is the Spread the Word to End the Word campaign.
Be sure to sign the pledge at lunch to help end the R word.
I choose not to use the R word because it is now known as a derogatory term that's used towards my students with intellectual disabilities.
I choose not to use the R word because we should treat everyone like we want to be treated.
We should not use the R word because it really goes against the students and other people around the world that have disabilities.
The Word to End the Word campaign is a campaign dedicated to promoting the R word of respect rather than the derogatory R word in hopes of creating an inclusive environment.
When I hear the R word used, it makes me feel disappointed.
It makes me feel really mad.
I could be very sad and call me my name, Ferdinando.
We can be inclusive towards everyone just by using a respectful language towards everybody.
And that's it for this week's edition of the MWHS Wildcat News. I'm Madeline Anderson.
And I'm Andrew Pfeiffer.
Have a great week, Wildcats.